Hi everybody, welcome into the Sporting News Studio. I'm Stephen Levine from NASCAR Illustrated, and I'm joined on the phone by Viv Bernstein, contributor for the New York Times. And Viv, you recently wrote an article about a young NASCAR driver, a young African-American woman named Tia Norfleet, who's been promoting herself over the past several years and trying to break down some doors at NASCAR. But is it true that what you found isn't necessarily the way she's promoting herself?
Well, my research showed that Tia Norfleet, who has bought a NASCAR license for 4 years, in that time has raced one lap in her career, and she's using that one lap to bill herself as a NASCAR driver, and she just does not have a track record of being a NASCAR driver. So
was that one lap in one of NASCAR's 3 National Touring Series, or was it in a lower tier series?
It was in the bottom level. I think it might have been the Whalen level series, the bottom level series at Motor Mile Speedway in Radford, Virginia. One lap, and that's her entire NASCAR career. My understanding from NASCAR is a license at that level is bought. You don't have to qualify for it. Approval to race at that level is done by the tracks themselves. So Motor Mile Speedway would have had to approve her to race in that event, but NASCAR had no involvement in approval.
So how is she promoting herself, and what is she claiming to be, and how is that in contrast to the reality of really what she has achieved or accomplished?
Well, she's billing herself as the first African-American driver licensed by NASCAR, which on a technical level you could say is accurate. She does own a license. She bought a license. She did drive one lap, but it's misleading in what she has accomplished. She's not a driver in NASCAR. She's raced one lap. She is billing herself as that. She's going to school. She's telling people that she had to achieve that license. She had to be approved by NASCAR to get that license, and that's not true. So she's misleading people as to her accomplishments. NASCAR is very interested in diversifying. They put a lot of effort into their Drive for Diversity program. They're working on it. But Tia Norfleet detracts from that effort. She doesn't add to it.
And did you have the opportunity to speak to Norfleet or any representatives of her or her team?
Yes, I interviewed Tia Norfleet and her father, Bobby Norfleet. You know, my interview last week with the Norfleets was difficult because I had to ask them some very tough questions. Tia Norfleet's response was that all of her racing, once again, was in non-sanctioned events. In other words, there's no record that she actually ever raced in any events beyond that one lap of one race in her entire career.
And finally, Viv, you know, as you said, NASCAR is very proactive in terms of trying to create a more diverse field of drivers and a more diverse environment for the sport. In your opinion, how does this particular story set that back or affect that effort?
I don't think it affects it to any degree. They're still moving forward with their diversity program. They still have some very talented young drivers that they're developing. Included in that group is Kyle Larson, who's now a nationwide, and Darrell Wallace Jr., who is running trucks this year. They have some women in their program. I don't think that Tia Norfleet changes that focus at all. I think she's a distraction from the goal. And Tia Norfleet insists that she is a race car driver and that she will be racing. So I'll keep an eye out for that, and I hope she does become a race car driver. If she has some talent, she'll be able to move up, and she will be a unique addition to NASCAR, one that they should welcome. But it's up to Tia Norfleet to become a race car driver. Right now, based on her record, I think it would be hard-pressed for anybody to call her a race car driver.
All right, everybody, that's Viv Bernstein, New York Times contributor. Viv, thanks a lot for your time.